Hello Tokai University family, my name is Michael Leitch. I graduated in 2011. I studied physical education. I majored in competitive sports. I was a part of the rugby team. I loved my time at Tokai University. We were surrounded by mountains and the ocean, rivers. The Shonan campus is one of the most beautiful campuses in the world, I think, and I'm very fortunate to have graduated from such a beautiful university. Right now I'm in hospital. I've had 6 operations and I'm currently waiting for the coronavirus to pass so I can go back home to Tokyo. When I first went to Tokai, I was in the rugby team and I was there for 4 years. During those 4 years I managed to play for a number of national teams, Japanese representative teams, and during that time Toshiba approached me and offered me a contract to play at Toshiba. Well, for me, because I'm a professional athlete, my body is my tools, I guess. So keeping my tools extremely sharp will keep me on the paddock, will keep me on the field as long as possible. So a lot of body maintenance. I check what I eat. I train well, and just make sure that my body is fit so I can keep playing as long as possible. The most difficult experience I had at Tokai University was trying to find a girlfriend, because as you can see with a mugshot like mine, it was a very difficult time, but I was fortunate enough in my 3rd year at Tokai to meet my beautiful wife. That's my wife now. She was part of the surf life-saving team at the time, and we've been together for 12 years now. I find myself very optimistic, so when trouble or adversity comes my way, I always try to look at the positive sides of it, and I don't try and blame anyone else or blame myself. I just look at it from sort of third-person view and just look at it as it is, and try to take the positives, try to look at the positives as much as possible. The biggest turning point in my life was the decision to come to Japan. I was 15 years old and going to a country where I didn't know the language, didn't know the culture all too well. I think that point in my life, it was a big decision to make, and 15-16 years later I am now the current captain of the Japanese rugby team, so it's all worked out very well for myself. I look up to a lot of people, but I guess for me, after watching the Michael Jordan documentary, he's obviously a massive global star, and the way he operates and how determined he was, I really admire that. But at the same time, I do look up to guys like Mike Tyson. He was awesome at his sport. He was ferocious. He didn't have in the media didn't have the best reputation, but I really enjoyed what he was about. And if you see him now, how he's turned around his life, that's someone I really admire. My favourite phrase would have to be when the tough gets going. No. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. I think that's something I really enjoy, because in my line of work, it's about there's a lot of pressure, mental pressure, and pressure you can't see, and it does get tough, physically tough. But the guys that keep pushing through those hard situations, they get to the top, and they also inspire a lot of people around them to live the way that you're living in that tough time. So that's one phrase that I really enjoy. I guess for me it would probably be my DNA. But being from New Zealand and my mother's being from Fiji, I have a really good balance of rugby DNA. So being tall, not too tall, having a bit of speed, a bit of agility, and a good deal of strength, I guess. So I would say the biggest gift that I've been given would be my DNA. I think I'd be one of the few people in the world that have taken a positive out of the coronavirus. So during that time I've had been able to have 6 surgeries on my body. So I had really bad hips, I had bones jamming on bones, so I got both my hips cleaned up. I had a couple of impingements in my ankles, so I got those fixed up, and during this time I've had my ears fixed up as well. As you can see, you probably can't really tell because I already munted, but I did get plastic surgery on my ears, so that's been one of the positives that's come out of this coronavirus outbreak. And also while I was at home I got to spend a lot of time with my family. I got to learn how to make a lot of different food, Filipino food and Indian food, so I got to sharpen up my skills in that time. I think this time that we've spent at home, we sort of underestimated the value of friends and the value of communicating directly. So everything was remote. You had to stay home and you couldn't meet up with your friends. So I think that's one area where I think people will not take for granted anymore. So they'll be a bit more outgoing, going catching out with friends and just making the most of time outside. Tokai University is such a beautiful university. There's the sports side of Tokai University is very strong. I've made friends, lifetime friends. I have a lot of friends in different sports. So there might be players from in the professional basketball leagues over here, or the soccer, or baseball. So having those friends, make me proud to be a Tokai University graduate. I really enjoy being a Tokai University graduate because I think we have a really family type connection, because there's so many Tokai University high schools and junior high schools and universities and campuses. I think when you meet someone that's from Tokai or has a Tokai connection, you automatically become friends and start talking, and you obviously know someone of someone. And Tokai University has a lot of history as well, so be proud of being a Tokai University student. And I know this time is a bit tough with the coronavirus and all, but surely give it some time and we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Go Tokai.